How's it going, guys? Cryo here, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that means a lot to me, and that's this concept of hate that I mentioned in my previous general commentary. We witness these hateful and dehumanizing events all throughout our gaming. People are called fags, queers, scrubs, trash, and these are things that are only in reference to our gameplay styles. In the event that you speak in a public lobby, people instantly attack what you or anything they can. The tone of your voice, the content of your words, absolutely anything. After the game, if you beat them, rather than simply making fun of you, they start talking about how awful of a person you are and how awful of a player you are. Unfortunately, most of our gaming communities are like this, but if we were fortunate enough that it was only isolated to video games, our world would be such a rich and such a vibrant place to live. However, all this trash talking, it's merely a microcosm of our real world. Our world, it's full of so many people who operate on this me first mentality. And to be truthful, it is our default, it's our natural setting to think everything in terms of ourselves. Picture yourself, if you will, having worked a full 8, 10, or maybe even a 12-hour workday. If you're a student, imagine you went through a day where you have 3 major tests and you have some more tests tomorrow. It's 5 o'clock rush hour traffic, the bus you're waiting for is over 20 minutes late. You're obviously angry and you're frustrated. You want to go home, you need to eat, you need to relax, maybe watch a little television, but you have to go to bed because you have to wake up and you have to grind through this process again the next day. While standing at this bus stop, you're aggravated by how slowly people are driving. You're forced to listen to this mother being short-tempered with her child, and for some reason, the person on the bench has this blank, void of thought expression that just annoys you like crazy. You automatically begin to think about how terrible and inadequate these drivers are, how spoiled this child must be, how terrible this parent, or this of a parent this mother must be, and how clearly stupid this person on the bench is. And these thoughts are very easy and they're very automatic for a lot of us, especially under these circumstances where you're going through something that's just not pleasant. This happens much more frequently with things such as political and religious views. We so easily deem these people foolish, ignorant beings, and they must not have as high of intelligence level as us. They think these bizarre thoughts. The entire point of the speech is not to tell you that you're living incorrectly. It's not to reveal some superior knowledge that I claim to have or something like that. It's not to show you some true secret to living a happy and a meaningful life. It's to challenge you to look for these automatic negative thoughts, and we all have them to different levels of severity. But for all of us, there's a beauty to it, and it's while we default to these natural mode of thinking, you can choose to think differently. That's the beauty of it. It's a choice. It's exactly what it is. It's a choice. And if you choose to not fall to that default setting, you can consider the possibility that some of these drivers may have a terrible anxiety of driving in heavy traffic, and even slowly navigating down these busy streets is an extreme challenge for them, and it causes them a high level of distress. Perhaps the mother is a single parent who worked overtime as a nurse, and the stress from her job caused her to negatively respond to her child's whining to get home faster, something that she has entirely no control over as she's standing at the same bus stop that you are. And consider the possibility that the blank stare is a result of this person receiving some earth-shattering, life-changing news, such as the death of a parent or a close friend. And this news is so devastating that any attention they have is directed inward into their thoughts and their emotions, and they have nothing left over to even attend to their own facial expression. In reality, all these things that I just presented, they're very unlikely, but they're still certainly possible. And when it all boils down to it, you can choose to consider, on the political and the religious part of my talk here, you can choose to consider why other people may have different views than you. You can look at opposing views as differences in life experiences, difference in morals and values, but still completely valid and logical. Most people in our world believe what they do for a reason, not because somebody made them believe it, not because they're too unintelligent to come up with a counterargument. They have some reason for their views, some past, some history, something in their life led them to believe what they believe and view what they view. Our behavior in games, it's merely a small representation of these very automatic thoughts that we have in our everyday lives. We tend to resort to the mindset that I know the correct answer, I know what I'm talking about, I matter, all about me. It's up to us to choose to view our world in a different light. This won't make you rich, it's not going to make you popular, and it's not going to make you successful. It's not the key, the master key, that will make you live a long and happy life. This is something that can be a small component to making your own life and those around you have more pleasant experiences. Rather than carrying around all these negative and hateful tendencies and letting them ruin your mood and bog you down, challenge them. You have a choice and you have the power to overcome these thoughts. We all do. You're still gonna have some rough days and you're gonna refuse to make this choice and you're gonna stick to the default setting. Everybody has their days, and it's okay. It's about changing your general thought pattern over the long term of your life. It's this type of change that, rather than adding more negativity to the droning experience of waiting for a bus that's never going to show up, you can lighten the load by remembering that everybody's going through the same experience that you are, and they do all have their own issues in life. This isn't to make your gaming experiences more enjoyable. This is a way that you can make your positive experiences in life more pleasant and the negative experiences more bearable. Remember that this is humanity and this is our world. You can choose to view it how you want to, and you can choose to treat it how you want to. You're not pre-programmed to have to think a certain way. You have choice, you have free will. I hope this meant something to somebody who watched this. This is something that means a lot to me. If I was able to help even a single person maybe think about how they've been approaching their life, then it was certainly worth it. Please comment, leave some feedback, and let me know your thoughts. I love talking to people, especially about this stuff, something I'm very passionate about. So thank you so much for listening, and until next time, YouTube, cryo out.